Ding, 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 ding.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Thank you very much for coming today for Shakusan Wokane, Buddha's birthday. This is one of the holidays that is celebrated by all forms of Buddhism in every country. It's celebrated in slightly different days, in slightly different ways, but it is celebrated by all the different forms of Buddhism. On this day, the story is that the Buddha's mother was traveling on her way back to the castle, and she is with child, and she feels suddenly that it is that time, and so she stops in the Lumbini garden in the fall. And it is said that all of the universe was prepared and waiting for the birth of the Buddha, and so at that particular moment, when she entered the grove, the trees dropped their limbs down to allow her to place her hand on that to hold, and she had the birth standing up with no pain, according to the story. And that when the Buddha was born, he was born with the ability to walk, and he immediately walked 7 steps, saying, "Not in heaven and not under earth is another as exalted as I." And so he supposedly heralds in his own entry into the world as the future Tathagata Shakyamuni Buddha. So today, when we are making this offering of sweet tea, let's think about this idea that this is like our own Buddha nature, that we are nurturing, that within us is this beautiful baby Buddha, that even prior to the achievement of our enlightenment says no one above or below is as exalted as I, is any different than the Tathagata himself. We ourselves exemplify Prabhu Dharatma Tathagata, many treasures Buddha, who says, excellent, excellent, this is all true, when the Buddha preaches the Lotus Sutra. So we are in essence also watering our burgeoning faith in the Dharma, and really washing ourselves in the sweet nectar of the Dharma. And remember that at the basics, we were taught by the Buddha that all life is suffering, but in the end, that what the Buddha says is it's not freedom from suffering, it's freedom in suffering. Suffering is a part of existence, and we can accept that as it is, jiso, ultimate reality as it is, and still find happiness in the act of helping other people attain their highest potential. So let's practice together. We have Kanjo is here, and it's really awesome to have my fellow Shami. We're just still students. Remember, we're doing the best that we can. We're in learning mode, but Kanjo is doing such an amazing job with upload, and it's such a good opportunity for us to get to practice. We both have training in the summer that things will change, so we'll come back and say, no, do it like this.
So let us practice together.
Just one thing before we start, on the Kanbutsuge section, when you offer the tea over the Buddha's head, I'll go up and I'll do that, and then each one of you will come up. We'll start with Maisha, maybe go to the back, and then snake around the front, just so everyone gets an opportunity to pour the tea. Just one scoop right over the head would do, and then when we do, just for those who don't know, when we do chanting the Dharma, we'll offer the incense. So 2 different.
Also, if you could, if anybody has a ringer on the phone, just please turn it on silent. Thank you.
Ujora. Please place your hands in your shoulder. Wholeheartedly we bow to the one in the Saha world who manifested himself in order to save us, Shakyamuni Buddha. Hangutsuke, verse for pouring the Amrita on the infant Buddha. We now pour Amrita on Shakyamuni, the Dharma king. Purity, wisdom, and merit solemnly gather round. Sentient beings with 5 defilements leave suffering behind. May the authentic Tathagata have a purified body of truth. Dharma Kaya.
Ow. This is what I want. Yogurt there. Yogurt. I like this. I like this. That's my favorite. Yeah, more.
Shokohe. Now we burn incense in regard to the precepts, meditation, and emancipation. May the light and fragrant cloud of this incense pervade the Dharma world. We offer this incense to the countless Buddhas of the worlds of the 10 directions. May the sea partake of the fragrance of the wonderful Dharma of tranquil extinction. Irisange. So when we, on the third flowers, what the so when we throw the flowers, I'll throw once to the right or to the left, once to the right, and when I go to do the third one to the middle, we'll all throw together. Okay. Hi.
Everyone, if you are feeling a little faint at all, or because it's getting very hot in here, just raise your hand and I'll bring you some water. So just in case, if you, and at any point, just raise your hand and I'll bring you some water.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks for mentioning this. Sandan. When we observe the body of Prince Siddhartha, we see that it is golden and indomitable, an unsurpassed Vajra hammer breaking the mountain of illicit passions, possessing all the marks of the great man. His flat soles indicate correct ease. Therefore, when he was in his home country, it was very peaceful, and when he left home, he attained Buddhahood. His hands and feet bear the mark of the wheel with 1,000 spokes, so therefore he can turn the wheel of the Dharma and become the most venerable one in the triple world. Organ, making it unobtrusive, so therefore the Dharma is pure. His fingers are long and slender, and his hands are soft and tender. Therefore the Dharma endures. His teaching remains in the world for thousands of years, continuing to guide us. His skin and bodily hair is very soft, and the hairs curl clockwise to turn away dust, and his body is golden and well proportioned, and therefore he can overcome the heterodox ways. The swastika on his chest is of his lion-like body turns, but not with wickedness. And even while standing straight, he can touch his knees with his hands, therefore everybody bows to him. The 7 parts of his body are convex, so therefore he has the power of 1,000 to face the enemy. Because of his past deeds as a bodhisattva, none can hold a grudge against him. There are 40 teeth in his mouth, and they are all white and even, and he leads people with the Amrita of the Dharma. Therefore we have 7 treasures. His jowls are like a lion's, his 4 canines are signs of good fortune, and the virtue of the Buddha is revealed in the world. And therefore they are in great abundance in the past, present, and future. Every flavor is tasted exactly as it is, so he can perfectly discern what he is eating. Therefore he can create the taste of the Dharma and bestow it upon everyone. His large tongue is like a lotus and can extend far enough to cover his face, and so therefore the various sounds he makes are like Amrita. The sound of his words are very beautiful, and they vibrate beyond heaven. Therefore, when he preaches the Dharma, it makes it easy for us to attain peace. His eyes are dark blue, and he observes all with compassion. Therefore, all beings never feel uncomfortable when gazing upon the Buddha. The top knot, the color of his hair is dark blue, and he wants like a full moon, or he wants everyone to attain the Buddhahood. Therefore, the Dharma prospers. The light of his face is like a full moon. His color and figure is like the first blossom of flowers. The hair between his eyes is pure white, like a jewel. There is nothing like the Buddha in the heavens above or the earth below. There is nothing like the Buddha in the worlds of the 10 directions. Even if we could see everything in this world, we could not see anyone like the Buddha. Santo Kuge. This triple world is my property, and all living beings therein are my children. There are many sufferings in this world. Only I can save all living beings. Enkyoji. Please turn to page 5. Honor be to the great mandala, the perfect circle of all honorable ones revealed by our founder Nichiren Shonin. Honor be to the eternal Buddha Shakyamuni, our original teacher, the Lord of the Dharma, our great benefactor who attained enlightenment in the remotest past. Honor be to the Sutra of the Lotus Flower of the wonderful Dharma, the teaching of equality, the great wisdom, the one vehicle. Honor be to our founder, the great Bodhisattva Nichiren Shonin, dispatched by our original Buddha. Honor be to Renge Ajari Nichiji Shonin, the first overseas missionary. Honor be to the protective deities of the Dharma. We honor all of you. May you come to this consecrated place out of your compassion towards us. See us with the light of your wisdom and accept our offering of chanting the sutra and Namu Let's turn to page 9. The most profound and wonderful teaching is presented in this sutra.
This sutra is difficult to meet even once in thousands and millions of aeons. Now we have been able to see, hear, receive, and keep this sutra. May we understand the most excellent teaching of the Tathagata. The most excellent teaching of the great vehicle is very difficult for us to understand. We shall be able to approach enlightenment when we see, hear, or touch this sutra. Expounding is the Buddha's wisdom, expounded is the Buddha's truth. The letters composing this sutra are the Buddha's manifestation. Just as perfume is caught by something put nearby, so shall we be richly benefited by this sutra, even when we are not aware of being self-benefited, because infinite merits are accumulated in this sutra. We can expiate our past transgressions, do good deeds, and attain Buddhahood by the merits of this sutra. It does not matter whether we are wise or not, or whether we believe the sutra or slander it. This sutra is the most wonderful and most excellent taught by the Buddhas of the past, present, and future. May we meet and receive it, birth after birth, world after world.
Page 11. Enkyoji Oben Bondai ni Niji Seizan
Shoeizan Mayanjo ni Kigo Sai Hozu Shoubu Chi En Jin Jin Ryo Chi E Mon Anye Anye Nisai Shon Hakushi Usu Shoubu No Shi Shori Shaka Usu No Shinyan Haku Senman No Kyushu Shoubu Jinyo Shoubu Buryo So Buryo Shojin Yo Shoubu Mon Joju Jin Jin Jizo Uro Shi Sho Setsu Nishu Nanye Chai Otsu Goju Jobu Ki Hai Juju In Juju Ryu Olen Bon Yo Shu Olen Yin Yo Shu Yo Yo Yi Sho Yaku Sho Yi Shaka Nodai Holden Chi Ken Hanamitsu Kai Gu Shoku Shai Otsu Shodai Chi Ken Kodai Jin Mon Muryo Muye Riki Musho Ri Zenjo Ke Tatsu Sanai Jin Yu Sai Shoju Sai Nizo Ho Shai Otsu Shodai No Shu Kun Tetsu No Se Sho Kon Ji Yu Nan Ye Da Shu Shin Chai Otsu Shu Yo Bon Shi Mu Yo Mu En Nizo Ho Ju Shi No Ju Shi Chai Otsu Fu Shu Mu Setsu Sho Yi Sha Da Mu Sho Yo Ju Dai Chi Ke Ru Nam Ye Shi Ho Ju Butsu Yo Butsu Nai No Ju Jin Sho Ho Ji Sho Sho Ri Sho Ho Jo Se Sho Jo Se Sho Jo Se Tai Jo Se Iki Jo Se Sa Jo Se In Yo Se En Yo Se Ta Yo Se Ho Yo Se Om Masu Ku Yo To Sho Ri Sho Ho Yo Se So Yo Se Sho Yo Se Tai Yo Se Iki Yo Se Sa Yo Se In Yo Se En Yo Se Ta Yo Se Ho Yo Se Om Masu Ku Yo To Sho Ri Sho Ho Yo Se So Yo Se Sho Yo Se Tai Yo Se Iki Yo Se Sa Yo Se In Yo Se En Yo Se Ta Yo Se Ho Yo Se Om Masu Yo Ho.
Page 35. Enkyoji Orai Juro Ondai Juroku Jiga Toku Butsurai
Shokyo Shoko Shuguryo Yaku Senman Hoku Saya Soki Dosetto Yoke Gushu Hoku Shujo
The Sutra of the Lotus Flower of the Wonderful Dharma, Chapter 21, the Supernatural Powers of the Tathagata. The Buddhas, the world saviors, have great
Supernatural powers, they display their immeasurable supernatural powers in order to cause all living beings to be the presence of their complete
to sing the sound of coughing of the Buddhas and the sound of their fingers snapping reverberate over the world of the 10 quarters and the round of those worlds tracing the 6 ways of Buddha joyfully display their immeasurable supernatural powers because the bodhisattvas come underground. How to keep the sutra after my extinction, even if I break for innumerable kalpas, the keeper of this sutra, who it is to be transmitted. I cannot praise him highly enough. His merits are as limitless as infinite, as boundless as the stars of the world of the 10 quarters. Anyone who keeps this sutra will be able to see me. He also will be able to see many treasures. Buddha, the Buddhas of my replicas and the bodhisattvas whom I have taught today. Anyone who keeps this sutra will be able to cause me to rejoice. He also will be able to bring joy to the Buddhas of my replicas and also to many treasures. Buddha who once passed away, he also will be able to see the present, past, and future Buddhas of the world of the 10 quarters. Make offerings to them and cause them to rejoice. The Buddha sat at the place of enlightenment and obtained the hidden core. Anyone who keeps this sutra will be able to obtain the same before long. Anyone who keeps this sutra will be able to expound the meanings of the teachings and the names and words of the sutra. Their eloquence will be as boundless and as unhindered as the wind in the sky. Anyone who understands why the Buddha expound many sutras, who knows the position of the sutra in the series of sutras, and who expounds it after my extinction according to its true meaning, will be able to eliminate the darkness of the living beings of the world where he walks about just as the light of the sun and the moon illuminates all darkness. He will be able to cause innumerable bodhisattvas to dwell finally in the one vehicle. Therefore, the man of wisdom who hears the benefits of these merits and who keeps this sutra after my extinction will be able to attain the enlightenment of the Buddha definitely and doubtlessly.
Today's Sokun is entitled Bokue Nizo Kaigin no Koto, the living body of the Buddha. The Buddha possesses 32 marks of physical excellence, all of which belong to the category of matter. Of the 32 marks, 31 are visible. Beginning with the lowest, the 1,000-spoke wheel in the sole of each foot, up to the unseen crown of his head. Depicted in pictures or statues. The Brahma's voice, pure and immaculate voice of the Buddha, however, is invisible. Therefore, it is impossible for us to depict it in pictures or statues. Since the passing of the Buddha, his images has been preserved in 2 forms, wooden statues and portraits. They all depict 31 of the 32 marks of physical excellence of the Buddha, missing the last mark, the Brahma's voice. Without being equipped with all 32 marks, these images of the Buddha cannot lay claim to be the Buddha. Besides, they lack the spiritual aspect. When one compares these images of the Buddha against the living Buddha, the difference as great as the distance between heaven and earth or chalk and cheese is apparent. How then is it possible to assert that after the passing of the Buddha, the living Buddha and a wooden statue or a portrait of the Buddha have the same merit? Moreover, it is stated in the Great Necklace Sutra that the 2 types of Buddha's image, wooden statue or portrait, are inferior to the merit of the living Buddha. This being said, when a sutra is placed in front of such a wooden or painted image of the Buddha, the image then becomes equipped with the 32 marks of the Buddha's physical excellence. Nevertheless, if the mind of the Buddha is lacking, it does not become the Buddha. As there are some beings in the human and heavenly realms that possess the 32 marks. The physical aspect and the spiritual aspect are inseparable, yet sometimes they appear separately. Revealing the intent of the Buddha as the letters of the Lotus Sutra, or the letters of the Lotus Sutra as the mind of the Buddha. Those who read the Lotus Sutra therefore should not regard it as consisting of merely written words. The words are the mind of the Buddha. When we define the Lotus Sutra as the spiritual aspect and enshrine it alongside a wooden or painted image of the Buddha with 31 marks of physical excellence, the image itself becomes the living Buddha. This is what is called the attainment of Buddhahood by trees and plants. Now we will chant the old Daimoku during Shoshogyo. Please offer incense. Ladies, if you will usher. Please turn to page 66. The difficulty of retaining the sutra. From chapter 11, Beholding the Stupa of Treasures. It is difficult to keep this sutra.
I shall be glad to see anyone keeping it even for a moment, so will all the other Buddhas. He will be praised by all the Buddhas. He will be a man of valor, a man of endeavor. He should be considered to have already observed the Buddha and practiced the Buddha. He will be the unsurpassed enlightenment of the Buddha. Anyone who reads and recites this sutra in the future is a true son of mine. He shall be considered to live on the stage of purity and pure. Anyone after my excision who understands the meaning of this sutra will be the child of God. And anyone who has found this sutra in for a moment in this circle world should be honored with offerings by all gods and men.
Let us read Golden Chain on page 68. I'm a link in Lord Buddha's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I must keep my link bright and strong. I will try to be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all the world even myself. I will try to think pure and beautiful thoughts, to say pure and beautiful words, and try pure and beautiful deeds, knowing that what I do now depends on my happiness and misery. May every link in Lord Buddha's golden chain of love become bright and strong, and may it all attain perfect peace. Today's echo, we will dedicate a memoriam and to those in sickness and distress. Echo. With reverence, we decorate the shrine of the Buddha with flowers to represent the beauty of the Lumbini garden, making offerings of incense, flowers, light, amrita, pure water, and celebrate the birthless birth of our original Buddha teacher Shakyamuni Buddha, our great benefactor who attained Buddhahood in the remotest past. May the Buddha teach all living beings in the present and future unceasingly, just as he did in the past, and have compassion for both those who are with the Dharma and those who are opposed to it. May all living beings in Jumba Vipa wash away dust and trouble by his teachings. May all the people of the Dharma realm live long among this field of merit. The Buddha proclaimed at his birth, I alone am the honored one in all the heavens and on the earth below. He also says all living beings in the triple world are suffering. Only I can save them. We hereby offer our sincere gratitude to the Buddha for his great compassion. We remember those in sickness and distress. We remember Kelly and Damian Reddick, Wendy Prevost and Jason Wellman, Nadine Morsch and Dirk Patton, Kevin Hampton, Jessica, Jesse Schaefer, Otis Meshi, John H. Schoaf, Helen Schoaf, Glenda Williams, Cindy Smith, Julia Ann Laverne, Bobby Shepard, Rose Addison, Carmen Laverne, Issa Simmons. We also remember those in memoriam. We remember Amy and Maria Valentin, Elaine and Joe Winter, C.P. Kroll and Augustus Kroll, Albert Rebus, Shay, Ming Chi, Stella, Scoop, Ali, Diesel, Jack Parker, Bill Mears Sensei, Terry Paquin, Kazuko Jordan, Cheryl Cushman, Aunt Barbara, Wayne, Jean Knott, Deidre Hospital, Cheryl Sissy Jones, Michael Maffei, and Deanne Dolan. May the merits we have accumulated by this offering be distributed among all living beings, and may we and all other living beings attain the enlightenment, awakening of the Buddha. And may the Dharma realm be equally benefited. Shido, the four initiating vows. I will cause all living beings to cross the ocean of birth and death if they have not yet done so. I will cause them to emancipate themselves from suffering if they have not yet done so. I will cause them to have peace of mind if they have not yet done so. I will cause them to attain nirvana if they have not yet done so. Juji, vow to maintain faith. With this body, until I attain Buddhahood, I shall maintain my faith in the Lotus Sutra. Namu Myo Renge Kyo. Namu Myo Renge Kyo. Namu Myo Renge Kyo. One more Sanki. Honor be to the eternal Buddha Shakyamuni, our original teacher, who attained enlightenment in the remotest past. Honor be to the Sutra of the Lotus Flower of the wonderful Dharma, the teaching of equality, the great wisdom, the one vehicle. Honor be to our original teacher, superior practice, our founder, the great Bodhisattva, Nichiren Shonin. Shoeizan Venerable ones, remember us. Be where you like and come again out of your compassion towards us. Let us end with silent meditation. Please place your hands on both sides of your feet. Cosmic realm. Jin Shingyo, silent meditation, feel the sublime effect of the Dharma and the preciousness of life. Thank you all very much. It was wonderful practicing with you today. Please take this feeling that you have and take it out there this week and plant it in the world, like a lotus flower, muck and mire. So let's all help each other. We'll need to take some cheers next door, but we traditionally take our picture. Lay leaders, if you will, do your standard preparation for putting out the candles. If we would all please gather up the paper flowers, fancy flowers, please give to kanjo, and the flowers that have the writing on them, please just gather them up. And you can give those to Yosho.
Elder,